Oh, okay. All right. So, and believe it or not, family members do watch these things. I have found out personally when I got my hands smacked nicely, nicely. We wait a few minutes before we get started, and uh, I don't. I'm just looking out here. I guess it's still raining right now. It seems like it's been raining forever, ever since Tuesday morning. Uh, well, that looks like a spider web on the camera, so that's not water. That's a reed. Okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get started in about 2 or 3 minutes. Um,
Before we start, can I ask you a question?
sure.
Did you see my email about the dishwasher?
Yes, vaguely I looked at it, and we will talk.
Okay.
I just want to look at it a little bit more.
All right.
See, Bubba, yeah, that's why your children come to you for advice.
I hear you.
It's good to have a dad around, right?
So we
Yes.
is.
So we're good for something, right?
Well, proud dads, hey, you can't beat it.
Well, true, 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 true. That's true. That is so true. Anyway, we'll wait 2 more minutes and we'll go ahead and get going. And my wife Brenda's in the background over here. Uh, she
She's not
can't get in
feeling.
front of the camera. She can't be in front of the camera, so she's in a listening mode. She's in receive only mode.
Did the
Okay.
kids make?
Did they make it over? No, no, no. I
Oh,
don't.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't. I don't know. Grandma, did you hear anything from the kids? No.
Hmm.
So if not tonight, they'll be here tomorrow morning and bright and early. More than likely. The good thing I didn't have to drive up there and pick them up today. That's good. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Welcome everybody. Reeb, we missed you. We haven't seen you in a while. As usual, it's always great to see your smiling face. You're such a lovely person. We miss you when you're not here. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted.
Thank you. I always
Okay.
remember on Thursdays, and hi everybody. I always remember on Thursdays, and then Friday out of my mind. Always forget. I remember the whole month, and come Friday, I'm so relaxed. I completely forget the second Friday. I remember the first Friday of the month, but the second Friday I forget. And it's 9 o'clock before I remember that sometimes it's 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I remember this is the second Friday of the month. Remember, that's why I had text you one time to please send me reminders, because
No, no.
even when I write it on the calendar, I forget. It's just that bad. I do apologize.
No, that's okay. No apologies. We know we know your heart is with us, even though you might not be here physically.
Yes, yes. And do you know what made me really remember this week? I got an email, and it had on the email M. Boykin, and the only M. Boykin I know is Mallory.
That's right.
And I hadn't seen her since we were. Oh gosh, it's been maybe about 52 years.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that long or more.
Yeah, I haven't seen her since I believe 1999, I believe it was. She was here uh, for our family reunion. I think
Yes,
that's the last time I saw her. And then
yes,
she kind of broke away from communicating, and lately she's picked it back up. So
right. So I was hoping I'd see her today, because I remember seeing her on Facebook and I sent her a communique, but there was no
I
response. But then when I saw the email, I said, "Oh, okay, maybe she's responding." You
the,
know,
the, the, the problem is the 3 hour difference, West Coast versus East Coast.
right.
And a lot of people in traffic out there this time of day. So,
Mm,
so that kind of hurts us, but we can't wait till
yes.
9 o'clock to start here on the East Coast.
Mm.
So,
Well,
Patrice, I assume you are in the car somewhere, going somewhere, or coming from somewhere. She'll be, there she is. Well, yeah, I told you. I told you. Yes, her heart. We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
I said I'm walking in my mother's house right now.
Oh, okay. Okay. Be sure to
Got
tell,
good timing.
be sure to tell Larry I say congratulations on
I
his
will.
prize winning. He was the big prize winner last month.
I heard.
Well,
I
good. Well,
heard.
thank you for being here. Okay,
Yes, always. Let me put y'all on
we're
mute.
gonna we're gonna go ahead and get started. Um, the first item on the agenda is family deaths that I've been made aware of in the last 30 days.
too
Uh,
many,
we have been hit very, very hard.
too many.
Personally, um, we I guess it was the 22nd of the month. We lost Richard Thomas Fortune up in New Jersey, and most of you have heard me talk about him over the years quite a bit. Just what a wonderful person he was
Mhm.
to not just us as family, but people outside the family. If
Mm.
you read the posts on Facebook since he passed away, uh, it wasn't just family, it was people
Mhm.
that are so thankful and the things he did, paying for a young lady to go to ROTC school or whatever it's called, ROT, junior ROTC, or whatever it was. He paid for it. I mean, it just, and it was very tough being there on Tuesday for his funeral in Williamstown, New Jersey. But I was glad I was there. The only negative for me personally was trying to broadcast it live over our Zoom prescription that we're using right now. And we had severe Wi-Fi problems at the church. Uh, but I'm told by Ron Meekins that it turned out okay. So I have, at some point in time, I'm gonna go back and look at it. And if it looks okay, then I will make it available to other folks, other family members, or to anybody who wants to watch it. But I guess what I'm saying is we lost a very good man, a very, very special man. Uh, let me just let Valerie in. So just give me a second. I want to make sure Journey is on board.
I'm here.
Hi,
Hello.
hi.
Hello, daughter.
I'm my daddy.
I love to hear that word daddy. As I
Me
was saying
too.
earlier, it's special to be daddies.
Yeah.
Okay. Journey, I was just speaking about um, Richard Fortune's funeral on Tuesday.
Oh, yes.
And I wanted to just wait till you came in. What I was getting ready to say was when you and the other two colonels spoke at our reunion last
Mm,
August, I learned something about uh, the colonel then didn't know about. He talked about school and stuff, and I think he did this in East Orange, in other words, teaching
yes.
junior ROTC. I didn't know he had done that. it's so many things that he has done, he did.
Mm,
And so that's the reason I decided to seek permission from our executive committee to come up with the Richard Thomas Fortune Humanitarian Award, which was, and they approved it, and it was announced during Richard's funeral on Tuesday. Uh, I don't know what it's going to look like, what the
mm,
award is going to look like, what the criteria is going to look like. All I know is we need to remember this man going
right.
forward for decades and decades to come. Especially he died during Black History Month.
Mm,
Our young folks used to know we had a strong, strong person in Richard Thomas Fortune. So the whole day was just fine. Uh, our good cousin here, Gregory, as usual, took some very good pictures, and so did well the other pictures weren't obviously as good as Greg's, but anyway, um, I've already uploaded some of them to our family website. It's going to end up being well over 100 pictures by the time I finish, hopefully tomorrow.
Mm.
And so you can go in there and take a look at it at any time. And also, plus the video of him dancing at one of our family reunions, I think in 2015 in New Jersey. We have that on there also. So, in other words, I tried to capture his life in pictures in that one video. I think there's another video of him dancing. I think there is. I got to find it. But anyway, the bottom line is we love this man.
Yeah, there is, Jimmy. The other one is of him dancing at his 80th birthday party.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I
But yeah,
have the video somewhere.
okay.
If
If
I
I can,
find it, I'll send it to you.
okay.
All right.
You said 80, not 80, you mean 74?
Huh?
74th birthday?
80.
No, it couldn't
Wasn't
have
he
been
80?
80. No,
Huh?
he just died at 80. So it couldn't have been his 80. It must have been
It was
74.
last year.
Oh, it was last year, so
Yeah.
79.
Yeah, 79. I could have swore it was his 80th birthday.
Oh, was this at his house in the
Yes, at his
backyard?
house. Yeah,
I thought it was another video. If I
yeah.
can't find it, I'll let you know.
Okay. All
And
right.
I'll add that there because you're right. It was in the backyard. That's right. His
Yes,
backyard.
exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, good. So anyway, before I move from Richard, does anyone in here want to offer any comments about him?
Oh.
Okay. Um, the other person was James Alfonso Meekins, who lives here in not nearby, but 21 miles away in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. He passed away on the 1st of March. And, you know, Jim was like a brother to me. Uh, and I mean it sincerely. I was at his house probably twice a month. With the exception of last year, we spent every Thanksgiving together, our two families, and Super Bowl Sundays. He was a master chef in the Marine Corps, Sergeant Major when he retired. He could cook. I mean, he could cook. He loved to cook, and his hands would make you want to smack your mama. That's how good they were. I always tell my wife she can't cook them as good as Jim. So we've lost that. But a little story I mentioned, I believe, in the last few days. One of the things I remember about Jim doing as representative of how much he liked his family and as his family organization, he was a member of our DC chapter at one point in time, and we had a barbecue on a Saturday, around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. 6 a.m. that morning, he was here in my driveway with the grill, grilling food, 6 a.m. for our organization, for you all. This is how dedicated he was. If I went to his house and I picked up something from him, he said, "How much is it?" I mean, he would reimburse me and say $2 or $3 or $4 be left over. He said, "Give it to the committee." He always did that. He always did that. It hasn't hit me yet because I've been spending so much time concentrating on doing what I could to help our cousins in New Jersey, and also to help Jim's family. And along those lines, as you saw, I hope you all have seen in the last 24 hours, we're asking, his family is asking for financial support to bury Jim. Of course, he will go to a military cemetery, I suppose. Again, I'm not making any decisions, but they asked me to solicit funds to help bury him. So if you can, some of you already have. I thank you for that so much. Um, if you can find it in your heart to at least send $1, please do so. And please ask other families to do that because we got a long way to go, a long, 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 long way to go.
So this,
And again, he died a week ago, and it's already been a week. So I don't know. I'm just doing the best I can and trying to make sure that the family is aware of it and ensure the family that every dollar that comes in will go directly to this funeral home because I will take it there. Unfortunately, we had to do this about 15, 20 years ago when we lost a 13-year-old boy in Richmond and unexpectedly natural causes. And we did the same thing. In other words, we facilitated the funds to the funeral home. So if you can do that, we would greatly, greatly appreciate that. I've also uploaded a bunch of pictures of Jim to our website. And going back from when he was a toddler up until last year. As you know, some of you know he was at our family reunion 2022 here in Bethesda. He was in good shape. He was in great shape. He was smiling. I see that face every day. But last Thanksgiving, we missed him being here at our house for Thanksgiving. We missed him last month for Super Bowl Sunday, so uh, it's going to be tough. My grandchildren all know him. My family know him because they've seen him here. So this is we've lost a good one. We lost two good ones in a matter of 8 days. So as Earl Douglas Meekins Jr. said during the funeral on Tuesday, when you get I'm paraphrasing, you get an opportunity to come to a family reunion, do it before it's too late. Because otherwise, the only time you see one another is at a funeral. I was so thankful and delighted that he said that. I couldn't have said it any better. So that's what I want to say about cousin Jimmy. Cousin Jimmy grew up, ironically, cousin Jimmy and Richard grew up together in South Jersey. They always just talk about a house on Beach Street, whatever that means. And he showed me a picture of that street, and it was a bunch of old houses and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm familiar with places like that where I grew up in Richmond. So, um,
yeah, that's where Jimmy lived. He lived on Beach Street, 6 Beach,
okay, okay, okay.
and
Um,
it was called the Row because it wasn't none of the row houses. You
ah,
know,
gotcha.
no indoor plumbing or nothing like that.
mm,
Yeah, yeah,
Really dilapidated,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
they survived there. I
Yeah.
hated to go there when my mom took me there. I wasn't used to going to an outhouse. But anyway,
Yeah, so it's just ironic that those two first cousins passed away 8 days apart, and
mm,
then they joined together in heaven. So, and my wife and I went by the hospital to see him Thursday on the 29th, about 26, 27 hours before he passed away, and it didn't look good. It just did not look good. So. This whole thing is kind of shocking. He first got sick last early September. He fell and there was a knot on his head. And
mm,
quite frankly, when he passed away, that knot was still there. But he's gone on to heaven now. We're going to
mm.
miss him terribly, especially at Thanksgiving and especially at Super Bowl Sunday. Okay. Um, illnesses. Oh, on the award that's coming out, Ron Meekins will head up a group of people to determine what's what about that reward. In other words, the criteria, what the award's going to be, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So he's going to be reaching out to a few people to ask if they will participate in working on that committee. And it'll be an ongoing committee eventually because you have to, I assume this will probably be an annual award. So, if someone wants to volunteer, just let me know and I'll pass it along to Ron. Ron will be here on the call a little bit later. He had another engagement, and so will Detrell. So just to let you know. Okay, illnesses, known illnesses. Again, we're talking. When I got to Jersey, I was just telling um, someone this today. When I got to Jersey for the funeral on Tuesday morning, in the men's room, the first thing I saw was Richard's son. And I checked in with him. He said, "You're not going to believe this." I said, "What?" He said, "Uncle Ray had a stroke yesterday and is hospitalized." Uncle Ray is Raymond Fortune, brother of the deceased, brother of Preston Fortune Sr. So it just stunned me. As Greg said earlier, before some of you all got on the call, Greg went to see Raymond today. He's had some issues, but he's going to be going to rehab soon. So that family was hit uh, just like that. Boom. If there's I, I don't know. It just, and he would have been at the funeral, and then looking at the pictures and not seeing him there, it's just it's a hole in the whole picture. Thankfully, his brother Preston, their brother Preston, was able to be there. As you know, he's been in the hospital in rehab uh, for quite a while now. Preston looks well. He's lost a lot of weight, but his voice is the same. And it was I was glad that he was there. But that brotherly group there has been hit very, very hard. Another note, the fact that, well, I said earlier that I was disgusted. Let me stop for a second. Arif, guess who's joined us?
Mallory.
You talked her up.
Well, I kept her on my mind.
You talked her up.
Hi.
I truly kept her on my mind.
Uh, well, she
From
was there. Oh, there she is. Oh, yeah.
yes, she should. From the time I saw her email, oh, I don't know how many, probably a couple of weeks back, maybe.
That's right.
Yeah. I said, somehow I kept praying, I got to remember tonight.
hmm
I didn't even write it on or I didn't even write it on the calendar because I've said if I write it on the calendar, I might even just forget it because I know it's on the calendar.
hmm
Because
hmm
every time I write it on the calendar,
Yep.
you
Yep.
notice
Yep.
I don't make it here. So I
Yep.
had to find a way to just keep it here. Mallory, how are you? I haven't seen you in
Yeah,
decades, and it's so good
she's
to see you.
she's still getting set up.
Yes.
The face still looks the same though.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, we'll give her a second to get squared away here.
Yeah, because she has to unmute.
Yeah, this is for those this is a first timer. Her uncle was Ted Herman Meekins.
Mm-hmm.
Now most of us know Ted, our late friend Ted Herman Meekins.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, you can go through.
Yeah. So anyway, while she's getting herself together, what I was getting ready to say about Raymond, I complained earlier about the Wi-Fi situation and doing the broadcast, trying to broadcast the funeral over our subscribed Zoom um, system, and I recognized that Raymond's wife Loretta was on the video, on the call. And because I could see the the medical stuff in the background. So she was able, that's the greatest thing I can say about the fact we were able to do this on Tuesday. She joined in, and even though he's having some sight problems, he was able to hear his brother's funeral. So I'm thrilled about that, and I'm not as devastated about my efforts. Even though I did what I could, and technologically I can't do nothing but the Wi-Fi. So, but I'll stop right there. Mallory is unmuted right now. Welcome, cousin from the West Coast. We still can't hear you. We can't hear you. She said, "Oh, man, she's muted."
You got to turn your Wi-Fi mic on. I think it only shows when you connect. It'll say connect with Wi-Fi, or it'll give you two options. But if you connect with the Wi-Fi, that's how you'll hear. We'll be able to hear you.
Okay. All right. She'll figure it out shortly. So that was, I'm glad about that we were able to do that, and at least, like I say, hopefully he was able to at least hear his brother's funeral and stuff. And I said, Preston is the only other sick one, illness that I'm aware of. It seemed like it was somebody else, but I can't recall who it was right now. These last 10 days have been like a blur to me. Marriages, we had one marriage in the last month that I'm aware of. Our cousin here in Maryland, Kim Chambers, married Talton, Talten, Talton Hall, Hall. So they are, her mother's on the Woodson side of the family here in Maryland. Her mother's a sweet lady. As a matter of fact, she's in a clothing store down on Georgia Avenue. She gave me a nice, pretty green and white shirt. That was 30 years ago. I still have that shirt, and it fits me well. One engagement that my wife and I are very proud of, our oldest grandson and his now fiance became engaged on the 24th. A lot of you all know my grandson Jamel, and so they became engaged on the 24th. And a week later, they announced that getting married on his father's birthday, our late son's birthday on October the 12th in Las Vegas. So so we're looking forward to that. Quite frankly, it was very emotional when we found out that he decided to get married on his father's birthday. So that's a good thing. I mean, they'll both be 21 years old. They're both doing very fine, and I wish them all the luck in the world. I really do. They seem to be real, and some of y'all saw them in Williamsburg. Um, it just, you know, my wife and I were like that back when we were. No, I didn't know she was 20.
I'm gonna say you're gonna tell a lie.
And I was just gonna say, Jimmy, that was a beautiful video.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Beautiful video.
Yeah, they had a nice setup in a private affair, and it was very nice. So I'm very, very happy for him, for them, I should say. By the way, as we move along, this is an informal session. Wow, here's Earl Douglas Meekins. I was just talking about him. We'll wait till he join us. When Mallory gets hooked up properly, we'll do quick introductions. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay. Earl, when you're on, just holler. Okay. We're going to move along. So that covers the illnesses and marriages, new babies. You know, I've been trying to encourage you young folks to have some babies. Why Greg and Melanie shaking their heads?
I'm too old, so I'm disqualified.
Well, Greg, you're not too old to have them. I mean, produce them or whatever you want to say. Whatever it's
Can't buy
called.
them from Walmart. Can't get one.
Mm.
My troublemaker will be here in a minute.
But anyway, I wanted to say we had two births this month. They are Nyla Moore up in Philadelphia, to Crystal and Katab Moore Jr. That's Laura Neal's family. I think that's her grandson, if I remember correctly. And the other one was a little girl named Jasmine Preston, uh, great granddaughter of Brenda and myself, and uh, niece of Leslie. So, and she was a little under 3 pounds when she was born, but she's
Wow.
over 3 pounds now. So we wish her nothing but the best. We saw her breathing yesterday on her own, and so that's, you know, the good Lord is looking out for her. We wish her nothing but the best. So that's good news. So I encourage all of you young folks, or if you got young folks in your immediate family, um, we need you to produce more, because a lot of us are, you know, getting past prime time, and we need, you know, ain't gonna be no reruns here. We need new blood. So get some babies done.
That's right.
Mm.
Okay. Um, just a few. I'm gonna mention just a couple of few birthdays this month. Our cousin who's in the Air Force, Walicia Meekins. I think is she in Florida now? In San Antonio. I can't remember where she is right now. But anyway, that's Journey and Bubba's.
And
Uh,
Makisha's cousin too. Yeah, she's
yes.
in San Antonio. She's trying to get back to Virginia this summer. So we'll see.
Ah,
That works out.
okay, okay. Yeah, she's a career soldier in the Air Force. Capri Batty, Wayne Chin's daughter, has a birthday. Um, Bubba's Bubba's sister, Coloris Meekins Jones, has a birthday. Our good friend up in Canada, Shirley McCoy Golden. I talked to her yesterday. She called. She's going to send a donation to uh, help bury Jim Meekins. Um, our good cousin in Atlanta, Earlene Simon. Her mother was a Meekins. Stanley A. Tyler down in New Kent. If you remember, he gave us a sizable donation to our scholarship fund last year on that Friday in August. He tied for the largest single contribution that we ever had that was ever given, which was $1,000. So if any of you all want to top that, you know, I'll be glad to accept it at any time. Any givers? Anybody want to raise their hand right now? Or you can let me know secretly. As they say in church, you just raise your hand like that just a little bit. So,
When I hit the
so,
lottery, you got it.
you know, or you can put it in the chat, and I'll make sure the chat. I'll be the only one to see the chat. Our lovely deacon down in Lenexa, Francis Ann Lemons, Eric Lemons Sr.'s wife, and Ron's Meekins' sister out in Phoenix area, Barbara Meekins Small. That's just a few of the ones that I am aware of, and they will be receiving birthday cards courtesy of the Ted Herman Meekins birthday project, headed up by Melanie.
Hey, Jimmy, could I add something to the list?
You absolutely can.
I have two beautiful granddaughters that have birthdays this month.
Okay.
First one is Naomi. Her name is Naomi Cooper, and she has just turned 2 on the 1st. And on the 18th of this month, my granddaughter, her name is Chloe. Chloe Elizabeth Meekins. And that's Jamal's daughter, or Edward's daughter.
Well, we know who you are. Yes. Okay, thank you.
Brian's birthday would have been this month.
Yeah, 22nd, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yes. Okay, so that's just a few. It's a lot more, but um I kind of pull those names out because uh I'm going they have already some have already received cards, some will, and but this helps a lot because I make sure whenever we can receive genealogy information is very helpful, as you know. So thank you, Bubba, for that.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna pause right here. See, Valerie Hall is on the call. Let's see here. Let me document this. Welcome, Valerie.
Good evening, family. Hello.
Good
Good evening.
evening.
Good evening.
I'm
Good
trying to get
evening.
I was on another meeting. I'm always
Okay,
in meetings.
Ooh, look at that
that's
beautiful
fine.
waterfall.
Yes, and
Well, I had to
I'll
switch computers.
ah, that's okay. And from Fayetteville, one of my favorite cousins, Earl Douglas Meekins Jr. I always call him Earl Douglas because my late uncle was Earl Wesley.
All
So I
right.
always call him Earl Douglas because when you say Earl, I always think about my good uncle.
All
So
right. And
thank you,
I'll
thank you.
accept that.
Well, thank you. Mallory, we still show you as muted. I guess she's still trying to figure it out. But anyway, before we leave, we're gonna make sure we introduce everybody. I think Earl has been on here before, so
Yes.
everybody probably know him. So I think the only one that we don't know is Mallory because I don't recall her being here before. So anyway, moving right along, let's see here. Um, Genealogy always, as I mentioned earlier, just a minute ago, genealogy information, we really do need it. I do get a lot of inquiries, more than one would think, and I try to answer them. And I enjoy you asking questions because we need to document this information. I spend a lot. Okay, we got family members who researched back into the 1700s and 1800s, and that's wonderful. A lot of that work has already been done. I tend, because of my time schedule, focus on today. Um, Bubba's granddaughter, for example, that information, newborns and stuff. So theoretically, in the future, that information will already be there. So I don't ignore the past, and I love to go back and research it, but I get frustrated when there's no records there, and I can't verify who belongs to whom. So anyway, just a reminder about the genealogy, the Emma Woodson Hill Scholarship Fund, and our seed money donations. Please help us. The only way we can function, I want to talk about seed money for a second. Seed money is needed for two reasons: to help the next reunion committee plan for that reunion, and also to support our organization. I just paid for one of our subscriptions the other day, and I've got to pay for this thing here. That's going to increase $10. I got to pay for that this month. We're going to be left with about $300 some to operate on. Seed money. Now, it doesn't take a rocket science to know that I can't operate if I don't have any money. And we only ask for $15 a month. So please encourage your family members to support us with a minimum of $15 per month. The scholarship fund,
A year.
A year.
yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you for that. I wish it was a month, and you did. If you did it, but no, no. I'm just kidding. Yeah, annually. And again, as you heard me say, some people pay more than that a week at Starbucks. So
Mhm.
I'll leave it at that. I don't go to Starbucks because I can't afford that coffee. Scholarship. The scholarship. The scholarship application will go out on April 1st. The scholarship committee has to approve any changes that's going to be added between now and April the 1st so I can get that application out. So that's going to be done. We encourage your family members that fit the criteria to please submit their applications. But more important, I need to encourage you to please send some more money to the scholarship fund. Last year, it wasn't too shabby, but funding today is less than it was at this time last year. And keeping in mind, I just said we had $1,000 deposit given to us since then. So take away that $1,000, we would be roughly half of where we were a year ago. So I mean, it's just we got to do better. We just got to do better. And along those same lines, I want to say that um, one of the young ladies who received a scholarship last year from Washington, D.C., she's in school in California now. She sent an email to somebody in our family. I forget who it was, but anyway, it ended up with Rhonda, and Rhonda forwarded it to me. She's doing excellent during the first semester, just excellent, just wonderful. Uh, A's and A's and A's and A's. I thought it was very nice to hear that feedback, and I wanted to make sure I pass that along to you. I had talked to one of my cousins in Canada yesterday, and she's had 3 nieces and nephews combined to receive the awards, and they are doing well. One of them was a mechanic. He went to technical school or whatever you call it, training school. He didn't go to college. He learned to be a mechanic. She said he's doing very, very well. So everybody shouldn't go to college. I didn't initially when I got out of high school, as you've heard me say before, because there was no money. But eventually I went back and got my undergraduate and graduate degree. But coming out, some people don't have that opportunity to go to trade school. This young man, because we need mechanics. We need mechanics. And with these electric cars, or whatever the heck they call the EVs, yeah, you don't need to have a whole lot of mechanics. They have more smarts. But he is doing well. Another young lady is in college. One of our recipients, medical field, nursing school, I believe it was, and I forget where the other one went. But anyway, that's feedback on 3 people that's received awards in the last few years from us. Also, I want to say in Jersey, when I was up there 2 days ago for the funeral, 3 days ago now, I saw some of our former recipients, such as Gregory's daughter, Leah. Leah is in the medical field. She's doing well. She looks great. I saw Gabriella, who's in med school now, graduated from Howard in 3.5 years. I saw, who else? I'm trying to remember. Of course, Dr. Juanita was there. And there's probably 1 or 2 others. Oh, Jamal Parker Jr., who's a professional football player in Canada now and played in the Grey Cup just a few months ago. There's probably a couple of other youngsters who received awards from this committee, from us, from you. And so I just wanted to pass that good news along to you. So please, please, please remember us when it comes down to the the scholarship fund. I want to deviate just a little bit because I want to let you know something. I want to say this because it's good. I receive these things sometimes, emails and cards, and it's directed toward me, but it's for all of us. This is a thank you card for attending, being there in person for the funeral of Loretta Joyce Meekins Page back in December, if I remember correctly. I received that this week from his family, his immediate family. That was very touching to me to do that. I'm going to always keep this card with her picture on it. The other card was, I received this from her son, Brian. I knew that Brian was sick. I sent him a personalized get well card. And he sent me, he sent me, he sent me a thank you card. That too was very, very, very nice. And you can really tell first class people. And when they go out of their way to do things like that. But I thought about him. I know he was having a little few problems because Bubba had kept me abreast of what was going on. So I wanted to pass that along to you and let you know. And please keep Brian in your prayers as he goes forward with the issues, the medical problems that he had. Okay. Ted Herman Meekin's birthday card project, as I said, continues on. That's really nice. I like doing that. I mean, Melanie likes doing that quite a bit. Possible 2024, we call it off year events, is the cruise. Leslie, would you like to bring us up to date on the Cousins cruise this coming summer?
Sure, I can do that. Today is actually the final payment date. So if you have booked your room, please make sure you make your final payment by midnight tonight, or else your room will be canceled. If you have not booked your room and you still would like to cruise with us, you can still do that by contacting Jared, our cruise consultant with Norwegian Cruise Lines. The only difference is that you would not receive the group discount because you would be within 120 days of the sale date. So that would be the only difference, but you would still be counted as part of our group. And if you need information, just let us know and we'll be glad to send it out to you. And it's also posted on our family Facebook page. How many people did you get signed up?
The last I saw, we were at about 22. On Monday, I'll get the final list.
That's wonderful.
So hopefully it's gone up a little bit more. I do know of some people that inquired at the last minute, so hopefully.
I have a phobia for open water. Otherwise, I'd have been on there.
Oh wow!
That's totally right. Yeah, there's no escape, right? You can't see land; it freaks me out.
You don't think that way. Don't think that way. No, it's a nice hotel. Yeah,
Right.
just stay inside. That's
I've
all.
seen too many movies.
I can't wait. My bag is almost packed.
Okay. So we're looking forward to that very much so. And the other possible event was the third generation of Meekins in South Jersey. We're looking into having a one-day function. I have nothing new on that. I'm not sure, Greg, if you have heard anything. Probably not. I know that Vincent Heath Fortune, who's the son of the deceased Richard, I know he spent all his time taking care of his dad and worried about his dad. So now that
I have not heard anything, Jimmy. I cannot.
okay,
I haven't heard
so,
anything.
so I don't know where that stands, but I just wanted to mention that. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to mention this briefly. I mentioned last month about how am I related section on the website. I haven't made any changes to that in the last month. And also the section on spotlighting folks. I got 3 spotlights I got to upload hopefully in the next week or so. But as you can imagine, I have been, oh, that'll be done. And I want to say thank you to those of you who supported our local fundraiser on February the 11th of last month. It was successful. It was a lot of fun. And I want to say thank you so much for helping us out. Remember that we're raising funds on our local chapter here so that we can help, in other words, host a family reunion in the future. And also other events locally that we do. Any questions as I go along, just holler.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, great. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Hold on one second. We're going to get back to you.
Yeah.
Reorganization news. Now, before I get to that, we are seeking 2025 Family Reunion Planning Committee members. In other words, a group of people to plan next year's family reunion in some city somewhere. I personally know where I want to go. And it's north of Washington, it's north of Philadelphia, and south of Vermont, and south of Connecticut, and north of New Jersey. So that's where I want to go. But I don't have to say so in it. But anyway, right now we have 11 volunteers to be on that planning committee, and they're going to get cranked up very, very soon. Ideally, I'd like to see that committee make a decision 1 year in advance of the reunion, because it takes at least a year to plan a successful family reunion. Keep in mind, we have family reunions every 2 years. And if you want to be on that committee, just send me an email and let me know. I will not be heading up the planning committee. Somebody, one of you all will be heading up the planning committee, as was the case last year. Reorganization news. It has been deemed that we separated per our business meeting vote in 2022 has been ruled null and void by our legal advisor. And so for the time being, we're back to our old structure, which means chapters, New York, Philadelphia, South Jersey, DC, and Virginia. I didn't say Richmond. I'm saying Virginia. I want to make it very, very clear. I'm going to seek people to get together for a Virginia chapter, not a Richmond chapter. To me, it's very important that everybody in Virginia feel a part of that chapter. I don't want anyone to feel like it's the Richmond chapter and us. It's we in Virginia. I'm not saying anybody felt that way, but if I lived in Toano or Newport News, I might have felt that way. But today's world with video, we're together now. So I'm going to reach out very, very soon and ask. But I have given the people who were in the Richmond chapter a chance to get back to me first of all and let me know if they want to come back into the committee as a Virginia chapter. And I've given them until Sunday to let me know. And if I don't hear from them, regardless, I'm going to move forward on Monday and ask for volunteers for a Virginia chapter. And we got some very smart people there, and I have some ideas on who I wish would join that committee. We got some Virginians down that way on this call here today. Some of them could be senior advisors. I said senior advisor. Senior advisor. So, and we're going to do the same thing for Washington, D.C. Even though we already got a group, we're going to ask for more people to come in. In other words, I'm trying to canvass throughout the country to see if we can't get our organization back to where we were supposed to be 2 or 3 years ago. I don't know how successful I'm going to be, but I've at least got to try it. Okay, one thing on the planning committee, I mentioned earlier before Earl Douglas got on the call, I mentioned how thankful I was in the words he spoke during the funeral on Tuesday. One of his daughters listened to Dad, and she volunteered to be on the planning committee that next morning. So Eliza Beth, am I saying that correctly? Eliza?
Muted.
There we go. Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, even though it's spelled differently.
Yeah, it's spelled with an S instead of a Z.
Okay, so it's still Elizabeth. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. She was kind of stunned that I remembered her and remembered that she was a teacher.
Yeah.
But I try to get to know all of you all, something about all of you. I can't remember everybody, but
Right.
it was great. By the way, he and his family came up to the funeral on Thursday from Fayetteville. They are a good-looking family. I got to tell you.
And I thank you.
Yeah, it was good to see you. Let me just okay, my daughter. Oh, my daughter. Thank goodness for my daughter. She's helping out. Okay. Let's see here. So anyway, you're going to see a few emails come out in the next few days about, do you want to join this and do you want to join that? Make sure that what you are volunteering for is what you want to do. In other words, I'm only going to send volunteers for each chapter to the respective group of people that live in that geographical area. The exception will be Melanie, who lives in Charlotte, who's really a Virginian, and Ron, who lives in Phoenix, who's really a New Yorker. So,
Get the
and
hole in the room.
but it
Go
could be
in the back.
anybody.
He's trying to be the only one. He knows. Go in the back and look to see the little kids. This one
Let
is.
me hit the mute button. Oh, there you go. But anyway, so that's what I wanted to make sure that you're aware of when you see these things. But please, here's another thing I want to say. This gives me an opportunity. Please, please, please read your email. You can't know what's going on if you don't read your email. I know we're inundated with emails. All of us are.
That's
But
right.
if you see CLMWWW, please open it up and read it. I had a situation here 2 nights ago. One of my favorite children. Dad, I didn't get that. I didn't receive it. Yes, you did. No, Dad, I didn't get it. When did you send it? No, I didn't get it. Guess what? Right in her mailbox.
You talking about Jamin?
I said, my female daughter, my female children. I'm talking about Leslie Denise West. Denise West. What is your name? I named and forgot what your name was.
Went
But
to my
anyway, please, 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 please read your email. Okay, let me stop for a second here. I talked about that. I talked about that. Talked about that. Read your email. Okay. Now, before we bring on our co-host, I want to do introductions for Mallory. I want you to say who you are and where you are right now. Starting with Gregory Chin. Now, wait a minute. Where's Mallory? Oh, there she is. I see her.
So,
Yeah. Go ahead, Greg. Introduce yourself to Mallory.
Okay, I'm Gregory Chin. I'm here in the metropolis of Morristown, New Jersey, part of the Meekins clan.
Bubba.
My name is James Bubba Meekins. I'm here in Yorktown, Virginia.
Okay, Makisha.
I'm Makisha Meekins, Bubba's daughter, Journey's sister, and I'm in Charlottesville, Virginia. And I'm a middle school teacher, so pray for me.
Yes. Arif.
oh, yes, I'm Arif Muhammad. Mallory, I'm on here tonight because of you, because I got your email. And I haven't seen you in so long, but all the years I've always thought about you.
Aw,
And
thank
I
you.
really have. It's so great to see you. How's your brother, by the way?
He's well. He's well. He could be taking better care of himself. He's been retired a few years, and if you don't use it, you lose it. He's just 2 years older than me, but
Mhm.
he's still with us. He's healthy, and I try to bug him to do a better job at staying active. But I will let him know
Yes.
I heard from you, and actually, I want to forward this Teams, this Zoom to him so he can participate. He's a talker. He would really enjoy this.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
I thank God that you're here and I got your email.
Thank
And
you.
usually I'm always forgetting uh on the second Friday of the month.
Hmm.
This one I prayed not to forget.
Yeah.
And it was because of you that
Oh,
I'm actually here.
wonderful.
Yes,
Wonderful.
it
I'm
is
glad
so,
that happened.
I am so glad to see you.
I'm
I
glad to
I
be here.
really am.
Yeah. I
And
think the last reunion I attended, my daughter was 3.
mm,
She's 28.
yes.
Wow.
Wow,
Yeah,
great.
it's been a while. It's been a while. And I'm looking very forward to reconnecting and maybe even coming out that way when I'm able, because I just work. I'm a homebody. I can definitely take vacation and come and visit and reconnect with my family. But this is a wonderful idea. This Zoom. This is
Yes, it
great.
is. It's
Yeah.
really, it's about the best. This is one of the best things that ever came out of COVID.
I,
Yes.
I agree. I
Yes,
The
yes.
agree.
best thing that ever came out of COVID, because
Yeah.
I got to meet family members that I have never met,
Yeah. Right.
and I would not have ever met,
Hmm.
you know, and to grow up surrounded by family and
Mm.
kind of get away from it. And Gregory, every time I see you, I think about your mother.
Mm.
Hmm. I, rem- I had I remember her when my father, when our family first moved to Jersey, and she had came by to visit. And so whenever I see you, I think about your mother.
Mm.
Yes. And you just have no idea what it's, for me, being surrounded by family growing up,
Yeah.
this is this is like a heaven for me. It
Mm.
really truly is. And I keep
Good.
trying to encourage my siblings, you know,
Mhm.
and some of the cousins, please come on the family Zoom,
Mhm.
but they're all preoccupied. And hopefully one day they'll spend a little time to come together, because that's all you have in this life is family. And,
Yeah.
sometimes we don't realize how vast our family is. But
Mhm.
our family is extremely vast. But it seems like because we don't communicate, that there's only a few of us left.
Mhm.
And every time Jimmy allows us, gives us that information who's passed, it gives us that moment to reflect
Mhm.
on we have to consider the family. And Bubba, it's good to see you, because I'm constantly being asked, do you sell your art? And I said, I don't know, maybe he'll be on tonight. Maybe I'll ask him where I could look for that information,
Mm.
because I keep being asked that, but I don't know. So if you have the moment to tell me, you know, where you sell your artwork, I tell you, it's
Mm.
so beautiful.
Mm.
It is so beautiful. It's
If I could just come on for a second to let you know, my works are represented in a gallery in Hampton, Virginia.
Mhm.
I'll have Jimmy or someone. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll put my phone number out there for you. My phone number is a 757 number.
Okay.
It's 254
Mhm.
1403. And
Got it.
that's my personal cell number.
Mhm.
If I don't answer right away, just leave a message
I certainly will. I certainly
and we can
will.
talk.
Well, if you want to write mine down, because I have a habit of not answering cell phone. I don't answer the phone unless I know who it is,
Mhm.
you know, because you get a lot of prank also nowadays. So uh, if I don't recognize a number, I never list, I never look at, pick up my phone. Okay, if you're ready,
Mhm.
uh, 551 587 4333.
I've got it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Hey, all right. Thank you. Journey, you're next.
I'm Journey. I'm Bubba's daughter, Makisha's sister. Daddy, I was thinking you could just post a link to your art Facebook page on the family Facebook page so they can go directly to it if they want to look at some of your stuff.
Okay.
It I I know his business is located, excuse me, posted on our website, but I will, I will, I will do that. I will make it more prominent because we've had some more questions asked. Well, during the
Okay.
reunion
Yeah, he
last
has a
year.
personal Facebook page, two Facebook pages, his personal one as well as one that only has his art on it. So that's why I was saying that's a quick place to look at some of
Oh,
his art. Yeah,
okay,
if you just type in James Meekins and you'll see the wooden mask as the profile picture. So that one has
okay,
a bunch of pictures of his art uploaded to it.
okay. I
And
will make sure that happens. Just I, for those who don't know, I have on our website, our family website, I've listed family businesses. If I'm aware of it, I post it there. In other words, a section that says family owned business or something like that, just so you know. And if yours is not there, just let me know. Send me the information and I'll put it there. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Journey.
hey,
Um,
Jimmy.
yes.
Hey, Jimmy, can I interrupt you for a second?
No, sure, absolutely.
I would just like to put a shout out for this is a Women's Month, I believe. Women History Month or something like that.
Mhm.
I would like to just acknowledge all the women in our family who are doing a tremendous job. And special shout out to my two daughters. One is Lieutenant Colonel in the Air Force, and another is a school teacher in Charlottesville, and another is just a manager in the food chain of stores.
I second that, especially since Father's Day coming up in about 3 months. So yeah.
God.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Meekins. Thank you, Mr. West.
Thank you.
Oh, Melanie. Melanie, yeah, Melanie, you're next.
So I'm Melanie. I am Uncle Jimmy's niece. Not the favorite that I found out at Thanksgiving. Michaela just said she the favorite, but I found out I wasn't the favorite me at Thanksgiving. That's a long story. We'll talk about it another time. I'm still a little hurt, but I'm from Richmond. In Charlotte, North Carolina. Right now, I've been here for 15 years, I think. Yeah, somewhere around there, 15, 16 years now. So, this is Michaela. She's a product of me being here. Okay. Say hi. Hi. They can't see you.
Hi, great niece.
Hi. She just
Hi.
came in from dance class. I had to get one of the other dance moms to bring her home so that I could be here on time and not be in the car like normal.
Well,
Since I'm
good.
hosting this week. So
All right.
yeah, I'm in North Carolina. Girl, we gotta hook up, we gotta connect so that we can possibly start a North Carolina chapter, maybe.
Okay.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying. You're next, Earl Douglas. Go ahead.
All right. My name is Earl Douglas Meekins Jr. And as you know, I'm part of the Meekins Nine. Been here in Fayetteville, North Carolina for 20, close to 30 years, I believe. And this is my home, and I enjoy it because I'm in between Florida and Jersey. So I'm a grandfather of five, and a father of three. So, and it's just a pleasure to be a part of this again. And just like I said at the service, we have to do better. So if I'm saying we have to do better, I got to start doing better. So this is my start.
Okay. Thank you. And for those you might recall, some of you might recall that when we were here for our family reunion here being Bethesda, 2022, Earl Douglas and his family total 11 people. They were the largest family. They beat and not Angela, but
Patrice.
Patrice by one, I believe, or two or something like that. 11 people. That's a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
That's still a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. And
so
I told him it was mandatory that they come. So even
wow,
though I had to foot some of the bill, but it was well worth it.
you got it. You got it. Um, and let me just offer a comment. I have noticed that over the years, when we get our children started way down young, they tend to stick with us. They might sway away, like going away from the church for a little bit, but they come back. And I see it with my grandchildren. All of my grandchildren have attended every reunion uh, to date, except for one that was born obviously during the reunion in 2011. But even though she came out of the womb, her heart was, she wanted to be with us. And I know it. She wanted to be there. She just didn't know wanted to be there. But anyway, I'm talking about Jemiah. But as he's saying, you bring the kids along, they get to know their cousins. My 11-year-old granddaughter communicates with Sharice's daughter up in Philadelphia. It's you get to know one another. As I've said before, Greg's daughter, uh, some other back way 15, 20 years ago, they were little kids, and they still know one another and communicate whenever they can today. So it's important to do that. So I commend you, Earl Douglas. I appreciate it a whole lot. Valerie, you're next.
Hi, I'm Valerie Hall, and I actually live in Silver Spring, not too far from Jimmy West.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm always busy. I try to get on the call, but I'm involved in a lot of stuff right now. So I am going to be on the family reunion cruise, and I probably want to talk to Leslie and see if somehow I can get close, because I think I booked my room before I found out what area on the boat you guys were on, because I had a point that I was going to lose. So that's why I booked early. So I wanted to keep my government vacation reward points. But I am going to be on the cruise, and I hope to see all of you guys in person.
Absolutely. Do you have Leslie's number or vice versa?
I think we emailed a few months
Right,
ago.
we
I
emailed,
believe.
yeah.
Yep,
So
yes, we did.
maybe I don't know. Maybe we can work something. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, once I
I
get
don't know.
the
I just have paid the final cruise.
okay, yeah, once I get the final list from NCL next week, we're gonna have a Zoom call with everybody.
Okay.
So I'll meet, and I'm sure people have questions about hotels and stuff like that in Florida, transportation. So we will all meet probably around the end of March, early April, virtually.
Okay.
Okay. Very good. Thank you, Valerie. Angela, new hairstyle. You look pretty as usual.
I just want to start by saying my condolences to the family members that passed on and to the family members that are grieving even more. I'm here today at my sister's house. She's having a birthday dinner for her son with memorial for her son. He passed away December 21st, 2022. So they were all a family cry. So I'm here. I'm a Meekins. I'm a descendant of the Meekins. I live out here in Brooklyn, right off the Bell Parkway, and we'll be in schools. I'm all paid up, so I'm gonna get to know each other a little bit more when we're fellowshipping with each other on the girls. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Angela. Patrice?
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Hold on, sorry. I was hoping Angie would introduce me. I'm sorry, y'all.
I don't know. You all the way in the living room. Come in Jones' room. We're quiet. Come on.
All right, let me get on your call. Yeah, sorry. Hello,
Hello.
newest member. See, Jimmy, they got the message.
Oh, how
Oh,
Oh,
Oh, beautiful.
Somebody, look, the person that's never on the call got the message. So we got this. Is She's 2 months
Wow.
old today. So, and this is her. Well, it's her grandfather. He would have been 52 today, which is my brother. So we're just here, celebrating, and I'm still
Beautiful
trying to
baby.
learn this. I don't even know how to hold these babies no more. I'm not a holder.
Wow. Very good.
look at the
So,
baby.
For those who don't know,
oh yeah,
Angela,
Patrice, did I say? Okay, I'm
yeah,
sorry. Yeah, go ahead, Jimmy. Sorry, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
that's okay. She's there with her aunt, Angela. That's what she's saying.
Mhm.
Okay,
Right.
thank you,
Yeah, say
Patrice.
hi.
Appreciate it.
We good.
Nice seeing a new member of the
And
family.
yes, new member.
Make she. It's a she. I think it is, right? I
Yes,
think
it's a
she comes.
girl.
Yeah, I think. I hope make sure she comes to the family reunion.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, they did it.
Ronald Meekins out in Phoenix.
Good evening, everyone. Good to see everyone as usual.
hey, cousin.
Thank you, Jimmy, for doing the Zoom meeting, the Zoom rather, for the funeral for Richard. Sorry I couldn't be there, but the Zoom really made me feel as if I was there.
Thank you.
And so I appreciate that. And what a beautiful send off for him. Um, and I must say, my heart is a little heavy though, hearing about James Meekins. Going to miss him tremendously as well. So this has been an awful moment for the family to lose two giants. And, so I just pray for everyone, good health and but I just love the way as a family we supported and surrounded each other to get through this. And that's what we always need to do. So thank you again for bringing us into the service for Richard with the Zoom. And so just good evening, everyone. I'm going on the cruise, so I'm looking for a good time.
Yes.
And so I'm anxious to, not anxious, but I'm looking forward to the meeting so we can talk about what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, how we're going to show out and all of that.
Yep.
On the boat. So that's about it for me.
Okay. Thank you, Leslie.
Hello, everyone, again. I am your cruise director for 2024. I am James West's daughter, Leslie, and I live here in Upper Marlboro, originally from Richmond, Virginia.
Okay. Last but not least, first time viewer, whatever we want to call it, participant. Our cousin Valerie Boykins. She's a Meekins. Her mother was Arzonia Meekins. Am I pronouncing that word right? Her name right?
Yes,
Arizona.
yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Ted. Her mother was Ted Herman Meekins' sister.
Yes.
So the floor is yours. Tell us a little bit about yourself and where you are.
Good evening, family. I was born in New York, and then mom and dad came out here to California. So I've been raised here in California. Um, I'm in Northern California, across the way from San Francisco, to give you a reference. And I've literally been in the Bay Area all my life. So um, it's really a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me, and thank you so much for having this opportunity for us to come together in this way as family.
You're
Yeah,
welcome. It's a real pleasure. And if you do me a favor once you get off the call or whenever you get an opportunity, send me your brother's email and any information you have on him. And that way I can invite him every month. Is that okay?
definitely, absolutely.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you. I don't think I missed anybody, did I? Okay. My wife is over here in the background. You want to say hello?
Hello, everybody.
She said hello,
Hello.
everybody.
Hey,
She said
Auntie.
hello. She said hello, everybody. She had a routine procedure yesterday, and uh preventive maintenance is all it is. Is so she's been in bed for 24 hours, so
Ooh.
she's 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 coming back slowly. But the youngest grandchildren, be here tomorrow morning, so she better be up and ready and having them waffles on the stove and some sausage and maybe some grits. Anyway, any questions before we go into our uh, session, a part of the evening featuring our co-host? Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it's not a question. It's Mallory and Mallory's grandfather is Uncle Hardy, my Uncle Hardy, brother to my grandmother, Georgia Meekins Woodson. And we used to always go over to Uncle Hardy's whenever Mallory and her brother would go to Uncle Hardy's so that we could be with one another and had some time to spend with one another. And I have never, ever forgotten those days when we were little children.
Mm,
In
Mm.
fact, when they moved to California, I was just so forlorn just to think, oh my God, I'll never see Mallory and Teddy anymore. I said, when they went down and, when my mother and father moved to Carolina, I said, oh, okay. Well, since my father will drive to Florida, he might drive to Carolina. But when they moved to California, I said, oh my God, I'll never see her again.
mhm.
Aw.
Yes, I did.
Did we happen to drive to Virginia together to see Uncle Meetsy's farm?
I
Did we
don't,
do did
I
we make
don't,
that trip together?
that I don't recall.
I
That
was
one
like,
I don't recall. And I recall almost everything from my childhood.
okay, good for you.
But that one I don't recall now. And
Okay,
it could have happened with my family because there were 10 years where I was somewhat separated from my family.
okay.
And so, you know, maybe one of the other siblings might know if we
I
did.
was really young. I was like 3.
Mhm.
But I remember that farm. I remember Uncle Meetsy had 6 digits on each
Yes,
tandem, but I
yes, he
remember
did.
that so
I
well.
met him at the first family reunion. Yes,
Really? And I
yes.
remember the my grandmother said, "Don't go out there in that field." And I went out in the field and stepped right in some cow poop.
Oh, wow.
I remember what I had on. I remember what I had on. I don't remember everything in my young childhood, but I remember that food being fresh, being cooked
Mm,
and picked and the southern routine where you eat and then you sit out on that porch
hmm.
and you cool off and you hear the crickets and you sleep
Wow.
with nothing but a sheet on top of you and because you're a guest you get a fan to go in your bedroom, but I remember nothing but love and feeling so secure. I loved having those times with
That's how it
family.
was with family.
Yeah.
Always. All you felt was love. When we would go over to Uncle Hardy's, remember? I don't know if you recall when we were children, when we go outside, and a few minutes later, some kid from the neighborhood would come by, and then they would call call you and your brother by nicknames that we didn't like. And
Um,
next thing we know, we were being told to come in because, Uncle Hardy and Aunt what
Bernice.
Aunt
Bernice.
Bernice, they didn't want us fighting.
Hmm.
But that was forever in my mind.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that, but we wouldn't be out there more than 10 minutes before
Yeah.
somebody would come by
Yeah.
and want to you know, because as a child, I don't know. Do you recall that?
I don't.
I'll never forget it.
About how old was I?
Oh, well, it's quite possible you could have been maybe 3 or 4 or 5 years old at the time, but they would call your brother Chink and call you
Oh,
Dirty Jap
Ah,
because your eyes were slanted.
they were.
Yes.
Yeah, I looked very Asian as a
And we were ready to beat them up, these kids. We were ready to fight like nobody's business. And we were called in because Uncle Hardy didn't want us fighting in the street,
Yeah.
But don't be. I'm one of those people. Don't mess with my family.
I know.
Don't mess with my family. It's about the worst thing you could. You looking for trouble now, and you really got it.
Oh,
Arif,
I wish we spent more time together because I never had a sister. You would have made a good sister. I just
I guarantee you, had we been together, the whole neighborhood would have known. Don't mess with her.
Arif,
Yes.
I knew your. My father used to talk about your Uncle Hardy all the time, and we used to go visit him in Florbell, I believe.
Okay, on
Florbell
Floydville.
related to you.
On
And
Floydville was
he
grandma's
he
daughter.
he told me one time that your Uncle Hardy was a boxer.
Hmm.
Did you know that? What?
When you say it, I kind of remember that, but
Oh, there's a picture of him boxing my brother. They're like
Is that
this.
right? Okay.
Oh yeah.
All
oh
right.
goodness.
I remember my dad telling me that.
But
how
that,
about that?
yeah, my basically the whole childhood, much of my childhood, I remember almost everything in my childhood, and
Wow.
yeah,
So was it the triplex apartment that this happened when we were young?
yeah.
The 3-story brick
Yep.
building on Billingsley Terrace?
The street name I don't recall,
I don't know why
but
I do, but I do.
but
Yeah.
I remember the building,
Hmm.
and boy, oh boy, they wouldn't let us. Oh, they wouldn't let us fight. But I guarantee you, had they let us fight, them kids would have never. They would have never.
I believe you.
I'm telling you,
I believe you.
in the neighborhood we lived in on Staten Island for 10 years, nobody messed with me.
Okay.
I think there was one little girl, she once tried to steal our wagon, and she could outrun me. And I ran after her, and she was laughing so hard that she was so far ahead of me that she stopped and laughed. And she was laughing, and I caught up with her. And she never forgot it.
I know she didn't.
She never forgot it. 10 years
I
later,
believe that.
10 years later, when she heard some young girl from the junior high school wanted to get into a squabble with me, she told him, "You better bring a whole busload." That's what she told him because she never forgot
Yeah.
the beating I gave her for trying to steal our wagon.
Oh,
Hmm.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh my.
I
Wow.
don't know where I got it from. But
Now, now
I
the uncle,
wasn't one.
you all say y'all went to visit Uncle who on the
Uncle
farm?
Hardy,
Me,
Uncle Hardy.
Grandma
Meetsy.
Georgia Woodson's brother, Uncle Hardy Woodson.
Uncle Meetsy.
Hardy Meekins. Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
See,
And
I
I was
used to
talking about,
always think of Woodson, but he's a Meekins, So
yeah.
Yeah, he's a Mexican. See, I see it here
mhm.
on the
So Mallory, I always remembered the first name. I had forgotten Uncle Hardy had a daughter, and I couldn't remember
Yeah.
the last name. I always thought in terms of your last name being Woodson, and I said, no, 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 she's a Meekins. So then I said, and then after God knows how many decades, it hit me that Uncle Hardy had a daughter, and you are his daughter's daughter.
Yes.
Yes. But
Uh-huh.
it took decades for me to remember that he had a daughter, because I was always remembering his sons,
Right.
you know.
So I learned that my grandfather, Hardy Meekins, had a brother. I don't know his name.
And that I don't recall.
It might have,
the
it
name.
could have been James, but my uncle, I'm sorry, my grandfather, Hardy Meekins, had a brother who was married to my grandma. So what happened was his brother died in war, and then my grandfather married his brother's widow.
Yes.
Wow.
I remember that story. I remember that.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that. I remember when grandmother told us that.
Yeah, so I
That's going
think that
back
was an
decades.
honorable thing to do back in those days.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. So
They
there was
told us that
James.
many, many decades ago.
Right. So Uncle James, and then Theodore, and then my mom Arzonia.
Yes.
No, no, no. I take it back. I take it back. It was James first, then my mom, and Uncle Teddy was the baby, or the youngest. Yeah. Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a fantastic voyage. Yes, that was a fantastic voyage. Yes. I remember when grandmother told us that story. We were in elementary school when she told us that. Yes, never.
Well, it looks like the trail has joined us. The trail, you want to say hello to everybody?
Hi, everybody. Sorry I'm late. Just
Hello,
got out of
cousin.
a meeting in church. Hope
It's
everybody is
okay,
well.
Detrell. Good to
I'll,
see you.
I'll watch the recording.
Okay, we're gonna turn the rest of the evening over to our co-host Melanie West. The floor is yours.
Okay. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Happy Women's History Month.
Hello.
Happy Black History Women's Month. All of that good stuff. So we got a quick game tonight. I didn't do it slides and all of that. We've been super busy at work this year, so I didn't have time to take my time at work and make my slides. I had to actually do work this month. So I just got a game. Some of you, where did my paper go? Some of you may have heard of the game called Two Truths and a Lie. If not, I could tell you the two truths and a lie. Each person goes around and shares 3 facts about themselves. 2 of the facts should be true and 1 should be a lie. And then us as a group can figure out if we can tell what part of the story or what fact is not true. All right. Everybody got it? I'll start. And then anybody can volunteer. So I'm Melanie. I'm Meekins, and I was born and raised in Washington, D.C. before I moved here to North Carolina. That's my 2 truths and a not true.
I feel like you were born in
You weren't born in Washington, D.C.
No.
I wasn't born in Washington, D.C.
Right.
Yeah, that's a
Born in
lie.
Richmond.
I spent plenty of days in Washington, D.C. and
You may have, but you weren't born there.
I
I
bet
felt
your
like
mother. I bet your mother didn't know about that either. I wish she was still here.
That I wasn't in DC. I was in DC with your son.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know about it either. See?
Yeah, she knew. Spent plenty of days in DC partying.
Oh boy.
Any volunteers to go next?
I'll go.
Great. Okay.
Once I got to scratch the belly of a real tiger, my favorite place to visit in the whole world is London, and I'm missing the tip of my right pinky finger.
I think you have all your teeth.
What's
And I don't think you
scratch
scratched
no
the belly.
tiger?
That's a tiger.
I think she scratched the tiger.
I think she has. She looks like she's
I'm
been
a-
I
all
think
over.
you're
say-
missing the finger part.
I think
No,
it's
I think she
finger.
got all.
Is
I think she got all the
why
pinky.
you missing the finger? Because the tiger bit it?
Nope, missing. That's missing. Got chopped off when Makisha slammed in the
That's
door.
my
Okay.
fault. I'm sorry.
Ah,
Keisha said, "I'm sorry."
I know.
That's true.
your daddy didn't do that?
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Ow.
I want to
So
get him
the-
locked up in his
So I've never been to London, so that was the lie. I did scratch the belly of a tiger. So when I was visiting in Bali, they had us go to an outdoor safari where we rode around in an open animal reserve where we were inside the cage of the back of a truck. And they had a certain part where we crossed over the threshold to where the wildcats were. So tigers and lions and all that. And they had this one tiger that I guess he knew he was going to get raw meat from this guy, right? So he would jump on top of the cage of us in the back of the truck.
Wow.
And he's feeding the tiger raw meat without the tiger feeding this man's hand, okay? I was like, it was a young guy, he was probably 16. And
Get
we
out of here.
scratched his belly, and it felt like a dirty, gritty carpet, like because that thing's been just dragging the ground. But I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, what if he pees on us or something? This is awful.
Right.
We were all screaming and like, oh my god, this is real. But
Wow, that's awesome.
nocturnal safaris where the animals get to roam free, and they kind of, I guess, have like electrical fences for the area for them to stay inside the preserve, and like trenches that it'd be hard for them to get across. And then we as tourists just come in and we're the ones in the cage. So I thought that was pretty funny.
That's cool.
Wow.
I don't think I'd like that safari. I would not like that safari.
Yeah, I might try it. I don't know about reaching up to touch, but I might be daring enough to be in there. Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Okay.
I am Greg. I am a photographer. I worked for Apple as an IT man for 30 years. And I also am a track and field Hall of Famer.
Well, we know that's a lie.
Yeah, you were joking on that one.
I think the lie is Apple.
It's Apple.
Lie is Apple.
It's Apple.
Right.
The only Apple thing I got is the iPhone.
It's
Right.
Apple.
Right.
Oh, wait a minute. You're a track star? You were a track
Oh, yeah.
star?
A college track star, right?
No, it's
College
Morristown
track
High.
star, right?
Morristown
High
High.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Morristown
Yeah.
High.
And
There you go.
he was also a South Jersey track and field Hall of Famer.
Okay.
Yeah. He was one of the best.
I was number 3 in the state.
He used that speed to get away from them girls.
Yeah.
Oh,
I need to use it now.
or the police.
That's what happened to him in college. He couldn't run fast enough from them women. So
That's right.
He got that one right.
Down there in Norfolk, they was running just as fast, huh? Who's next?
I'll go.
Okay.
All right. I'm the third oldest in my family. Originally from Morristown. Moved to Los Angeles, California at 15.
Oh, that's a lie.
At 15, well, you're definitely not the third oldest.
That's right. So that's gotta be
Whoa.
the gotta be the first one.
Yeah, you're not the third oldest.
That's correct.
And,
That's right.
That's correct.
You're not the third. Okay.
Cool. All right, Ron, you want to give it a try?
get away with that with them other people that don't really know. But I,
Right. I started not to say anything because I have some information.
Let's see. I scratched the belly of a tiger. I played in an orchestra at Carnegie Hall, and I'm about to divorce my wife.
Oh, we know it. That's easy. We know that's easy.
About to divorce his wife.
Yeah, she's not in the room, so she didn't hear.
I'm ready to say you getting away with that.
I was on Long Island. For those, I'm from New York, so I was on Long Island, going out to Long Island, going fishing, and I looked to the left side of the road, and I couldn't believe I saw a tiger up on the table, and there were some other people there, and we went over to it. And they had it on a long chain. I think it was drugged, unfortunately. And so we took pictures with it, and we rubbed it, and
wow,
he held his head up. It was really bizarre because I never realized how large they are.
Yeah.
And, so I touched the tiger also. And I did play at Carnegie Hall. I was in the orchestra.
What instrument do you play?
I played the clarinet, sax, and piano.
Oh, wow.
And but I'm not getting a divorce. I just
yeah.
Oh, we know that.
In fact, she'll be on the cruise with me, so don't say nothing.
We don't want man overboard.
Oh, boy.
Who's next? Miss Mallory, you want to give it a try?
Sure. I am distantly related to the 10th President of the United States. I used to be a correctional officer, and this is a weave.
Oh.
Well, your hair looks real to me, so I'm gonna say
the president one.
Yeah.
Yep, it's got to be the first one.
No, it's the weave.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't do that right. Those were all true. I'm sorry. I didn't do the lie. I'm so
Okay.
sorry. So now you know 3 things about me. Yeah.
Who's
My
the
bad. I'm
president?
sorry.
Who's the president you're related to?
John Tyler.
How is that relationship?
So my grandmother, Bernice Meekins, her maiden name is Tyler. And her father was the Tyler related to the president.
So was she like one of his
granddaughters?
She was African American, I presume.
Yes.
So he had a relationship with her and had children born of that relationship.
A few. Yeah. He had my great grandfather had like I remember seeing these wonderful pictures that I've since lost of him with the stair-step children outside of his store in
Who had the picture? You said your grandfather?
Uh-oh, we lost your
I
sound.
We
lost
lost your
your
sound.
video.
Let's see, Caswell Tyler. Just looking at genealogy right now.
Virginia. Yeah. When I was in New York last, it's so regretful. Tyler Moon. It was important to kind of keep that name somehow, some way. So Tyler's kind of a unisex. Well, not so much. A lot of people think it's a masculine name, but I feminized her name with giving her the middle name of Moon. She loves her name.
I like that name also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just looking at ancestry.com at what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that and add that information. Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you for that. Wow, you never know what you're
Yeah.
gonna learn. Go ahead, Melanie.
Why don't you go ahead, Jim? You can
Oh,
give it a try.
I don't have any lies.
Oh, okay, right there. Started right there.
No, I don't have any lies. I don't have that. Come back to me. I'll think of one. I'll come back to me in a minute.
Who's next?
I'll try it.
Okay.
All right. So I'm retired from the Air Force. I lived in Fairbanks, Alaska when I was young. And I met President Clinton.
Hmm.
She didn't meet
Alaska.
President Clinton. She took that too long.
A little hesitant with that, right?
I almost did. I was in the same room with them though.
Oh.
Oh, wow. What was the occasion?
He was speaking when I was when I was stationed at the Pentagon.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Was that before?
That was right after when it was right after the Monica Lewinsky scandal.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
But
say
I
what I
didn't get
think.
to meet him though, but I was in the same room with him.
Good. That's good enough, right?
No, because I was looking at him, I was trying to figure out, and I was saying, oh wow, what did she see in him?
The dollar sign.
The power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said it was the power, is what she said.
Yeah, power.
And that swag he had.
Yeah, Mr. Saxophone.
Right.
He was the first Black president, right?
Yes, he
Right.
was.
Right.
In Harlem. That's right.
Unofficially, yeah.
Yeah.
I met his wife actually, Hillary,
Yeah.
when she was running for senator of New York.
Okay. Areve, you want to give it a try?
I'm trying to think of the lie. I can't think of a lie.
I'm ready whenever you are. While she's thinking, if you want me to do that now.
Yeah, you can go now and then we
Okay.
come back.
I wrote down some things. I once owned a bicycle that had a steering wheel on it, automobile steering wheel. I was an Air Force sergeant. I obtained my master's in business at age 28. So those are my three things.
At what age?
28.
No, not
That's a
master.
lie.
Yeah,
That's a lie.
We was
That's a
29.
lie.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
You
That's a
58.
lie.
I heard it say it was more like a little older.
Wow. That was easy for y'all.
Yeah.
Tell us about that bicycle. Why did the bicycle have a steering wheel?
I used to love. I
That
didn't
was
have
the
an
style,
automobile.
man.
That was.
That was the style. That's
Yeah,
right.
I never saw that.
I used to love a bicycle, and I never had a new bicycle until I was full of grown because we couldn't afford a bicycle. So I get parts from here, 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 and here, and there. So I got a steering wheel from a '52 Ford and had it welded on the bike.
You gotta be
Wow.
kidding.
There used to be a lot of them out there, man.
Yeah, it sure
Mhm.
is. Yeah. Yeah.
There used to be a lot of them.
Yeah.
If you had
Yeah.
that in New York, you'd get beat up.
My froze.
You ready, Arif? You want us to come back? You need a little more time?
I think I came up with one. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just laughing at the thought. Okay. When I was a child in elementary school, I sang twice at the World's Fair that came to New York. And let's see, some years later, I remember my father, I laughed at my father. He was saying in his family, everybody can sing, but no one can hold a tune in a bucket. And on, if you want to know the year that I was born, you can check it under my name in Facebook.
Mhm.
You put the wrong year for your name in Facebook?
Maybe she's not in Facebook.
I'm thinking that she
Yeah,
might not
she's
be
not on
on social media.
Facebook. Right.
I'm thinking the same thing, Ron, that she might not be on Facebook.
Yeah.
Right.
Anybody guessing?
It's either that or you really can sing.
I think it's the one on the Facebook site.
It is Facebook.
Facebook.
I don't have the right birthday on there.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, I was doing
Go ahead.
doing an insurance thing, and I was putting my name, the thing, and I don't put my birthday on there. And somehow Facebook picked it up and put it on my name.
Whoa.
And fortunately, on the website that I was on, that I was doing the comparing insurance rates and things, I'm glad I just made up a birthday and year, because when I tried to take the birthday off of Facebook, it doesn't come off. You can only just change the numbers. And every so often I think about, I need to go in there and put my birth date as year 1859 and see if it'll take it. You know. But no, as a child, I think I was either in 5th grade or 6th grade, and I was in the school show, and the World's Fair came to New York.
Yep.
And,
I remember that.
the school and the our show performed twice at the World's Fair.
Nice.
My
Pretty
mother
neat.
had pictures of me there with the rest of the people, and myself and two sisters. We sang, you know, a song, and I guess I don't forget it because of the fact that one day we sitting with my mom, she had the pictures there where she took the snapshot. And of course, that made me remember it forever.
Where
But
were
my
you
father
living?
definitely said years later in his house, everybody can sing and nobody can hold a tune in a bucket. And every time I thought about that, I laughed so hard. Because it's the funniest thing I've ever heard. Never ever got angry at that thought. I could only laugh at it. It was so funny.
Can you sing now?
No,
Oh.
Now can't hold the tune in a bucket.
That was quick.
And that's not a lie. No, the whole octaves changed. Even the voice that I talk with is not the same high pitch voice. I used to speak with an alto, with a soprano voice, and all of that's gone.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We have Makisha, Bubba, Patrice, Piney, Detrail, and then we have Juanita on. Welcome, Juanita.
Hey, Juanita.
Hi, everyone.
Hey there. Juanita,
Hi.
we're playing a game session and we're doing 2 truths and a lie.
Oh, okay.
So who wants to go next?
I can go.
Okay.
Let's see. I used to sell furniture at Haverty's. I can whistle. I was on the Rifle and Pistol Club at UVA.
I think I know this one.
You probably can't.
You can't.
I can believe that you were on the Pistol Club. You probably can't whistle.
I can't whistle anymore. There's something wrong with my
Right,
vocal
can't whistle.
or whistle anymore. It's crazy.
No?
Yeah.
Wow.
No sound comes out.
Oh. Well, you could always buy a whistle, like a police whistle, and blow it.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, thank you. All right, who's next?
Are Makisha and Journey siblings?
Yes.
Yes, we're like 2 years apart.
You're twinning on me.
Yes.
We do that. I just got my eyes fixed a couple years ago though, so I have permanent contact lenses in my eyes now. That's a new technology they have for people that are really blind. I was 3 times the legal limit of blindness, so I was beyond Coke bottle, terribly blind, and that's a new procedure. So I was the 16th person in the Air Force to get it done.
Really?
So where they tell you you're not eligible for PRK or LASIK because they'd have to cut too much off and you'd still be blind. This one, they literally act like they're doing cataract surgery, put in a permanent contact lens and close your eyes. Now, so it can breathe, they have to drill 2 holes, so one each side of your iris, so the oxygen can get to the contact lens. So now I have better than perfect vision. It's 2013 vision.
Wow.
Wow. When did you have that done?
So I had that done in 2019. Yeah,
Oh,
and
recently.
my vision's perfect. So it literally got fixed at the root versus the surface of my eye. So it shouldn't, wear down like LASIK and PRK do, because it's
So what
actually
happens if
fixed
your
at the root.
vision changes?
So the
Your
only thing
vision
to change is with natural age, where you would start wearing reading glasses. So you might get a little more farsighted, is what the doctor said. But my being nearsighted is fixed.
Oh, okay.
I was
So-
terribly blind.
So hopefully they did put you to sleep when they did all this, correct?
Oh no.
Oh my
no.
God.
Oh my God. The drilling the holes part was terribly painful. They put numbing drops and told me to take
man.
ibuprofen, and 20 minutes of watching specks of black going every which way as they're drilling a hole through my iris and then widen it so it won't heal. That was the worst pain I've had in my entire life. But for the actual surgery where they put the contact lens in, it's just like cataract surgery, but instead of cutting off a cataract lens and putting a plastic one, they lift your lens, put the contact lens over it, and then just close it. But you have the same healing line. Yeah, but for to have been as blind as I was, this was completely life-changing. Completely.
Wow.
So now my vision is 2013. As soon as they put the contact lens, I'm reading the clock. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can read the clock. So they gave me a good cocktail of anesthesia and sent me to bed. Because your goo on your eyes are your best healing agent anyway.
Oh, man.
Journey, what's the procedure called?
It's called inocular lens.
Okay.
Wow.
inocular because it is literally behind your
Right.
lens. But they
Yeah.
have that drill into 2 holes so that your contact lens can get oxygenated. That was the most painful part. I was like, y'all should have given me at least Percocet. That was horrible. That was the worst pain I've ever had in my life. If I knew, oh my God, I had tears pouring down my face. So they'd actually, like Clockwork Orange, they put the thing to keep your eye open because they're like, and you got to keep your eye open, and I'm sitting there, tears pouring down my face. And I'm like, you're at 20%. Oh my God. Like, you better finish this journey.
Wow. I got a problem when I get a lash stuck in my eye.
Right.
I'm trying to tell you, if I knew how painful it was going to be, I wouldn't have done it. But I am so glad that I did. It's life changing. I used to do like push up fake glasses on my nose all the time, and then now I'm done with that.
So you used to wear glasses.
Oh yeah, I had Coke bottle thick. I was 3 times the legal limit of blindness. That is how blind I was.
You were able to get into the military that way?
So it degenerated more as the years went along. So initially I was just very nearsighted, but it just continued to get worse. So they didn't even bother with vision tests with me, like reading the chart at the end. I couldn't see nothing. Blobs and colors, literally.
Is that a very expensive surgery?
It's about $10,000, but I got it through the military, so it was free for me.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, God is good.
Right.
They call it the Lamborghini of eye surgeries, is what my doctor called it.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, I'm happy you didn't get blue.
Oh,
Like blue.
thank you. I'm very blessed and grateful.
Well, I guess it's time for me to come on after all of that experience.
Right.
I don't know.
Yes.
But okay, I'm Jared's dad, Bubba.
And Makisha's dad too.
While in the Air Force, I was a male model for a while.
Okay.
I'm one of 11 children to James Meekins. I love raising cats. So that's it.
You don't like cats.
I would say the cats is a lie.
Yeah.
You don't have no cats.
I think it's the cats.
Yeah. I think it's the cats.
Yeah,
I can believe he was a model. I can believe that.
I can't put you model you.
I was with the cats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are alive.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess I can tell you then, huh?
No cats.
Cats. Cats would be the animal that I have a problem with.
Mm-hmm.
Please keep the cats out of the kitchen.
I know that's right.
And the house.
That's right.
I'm not gonna comment.
All right. Since we're on the cats, the trail.
Oh gosh. I was wondering if that's why he said that. So I had to write 3 down because I had to think about it.
Okay.
Okay. So I once sang for TD Jakes. Once upon a time, I rode a camel in the Middle East, and I interviewed Kirk Franklin.
Wow.
I think you did not sing.
I agree. She didn't sing.
Anybody else?
I say the singing.
You don't think she rode a
singing
camel?
too, because I remember you
Yeah,
riding
she rode a
camel.
camel.
Yeah,
Right.
she got a picture of that.
Yeah, I remember that
I
picture.
don't know about singing for TD Jakes.
Yeah.
I'll go with the singing.
Right. Right.
All of y'all are wrong.
What? You didn't?
My choir sang for TD Jakes in Philly.
Oh, so you didn't interview Kirk Franklin? Is what you said?
Did interview him. I never rode a camel because I saw them spit. That was the Middle East experience that I just bypassed.
They are pretty nasty.
Yeah.
And they used to tell us we were eating camel meat, and I was like,
Yes.
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 Camel meat.
Ew.
Ooh.
no, on top of spaghetti.
And some people don't
Mm-mm.
eat chitlins.
Still don't. Mm-mm.
I think I still rather eat camel meat than chitlins.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh no.
Oh goodness. All right, who do we have left? Juanita,
JJ.
Patrice, and Connie.
I can go first. I wrote 3 down. So first one is I am a CPA. I'm a former tennis player, and I have 3 kids.
They're not yours.
You know that
Those
I'll
are my
let y'all take that one.
I agree with the 3 kids then. That sounds funny.
very funny, right?
What
That
are
will
the
never
ages
happen.
of What are the ages of your 3 kids?
See?
You know, I can't even think about it.
So your nieces and nephews out there.
Mhm.
Yeah, so the 3 kids is a lie.
Where
Unfortunately,
did you play tennis at? I didn't know that.
in high
In high
school,
school.
At
Yeah, in
John
high
Marshall?
school. Yeah, for John Marshall.
They didn't have
This
tennis
was
when I
long
got
before
there.
Serena.
Right. They didn't have tennis when I got there.
Maybe not. They may not have by then.
No.
So,
Yep. All right. Juanita, you want to go next?
Sure. This is a Hinge dating app question. So it's so funny. So I already have the 2 truths and a lie. That I have a fear of escalators. I was held hostage as a child, and I auditioned for Real World when I was in college.
Oh
I
man.
could see you on
Wow.
a lie.
I could see you on the Real World. I used to want to do that.
Yeah.
Then I aged out and I was like, man.
I think the hostage is a lie.
Hostage.
Yeah.
gotta be hostage.
Mhm.
So the lie is that I auditioned for Real World.
You were a hostage. Oh man.
So Christmas morning, I think I was 7. My mom was at work, and a crazy person broke into our house.
Wow.
And my sisters and I were home, but my sister had gotten a teen phone line for Christmas that year in her bedroom. And so the burglar, I don't know what you would call it, sent us upstairs. And my uncles came to the house, and the police, we called them from the teen line because he was on phone downstairs watching TV. And you know, our house at the time was like, it used to be apartments. So there was like, you know, it's city living. So it used to be like, not a fire escape, but like a back entrance through the backyard that went upstairs. And so the police had to come in through the top and come down the steps. And so the living room and TV faced this way, and the steps were here, so they could come down the stairs without him facing them. And then my sisters and I had to identify, like, we don't know this man. And then, you know, so they come down with like guns drawn because it's 3 kids at home. And, you know, he was claiming to be our father. He was not. So, but how he busted into the house is crazy because, like, we had a double bolted back door that had a dryer pushed up against it as well. And he kicked it in. And so, like, my sister, that's the same age as I am, we were playing Barbies because it's Christmas by the tree. And so we hear it. And so we call my sister, right, the teenager that's home. And then we ran upstairs when they actually got in, because it's like, how do you bust through a double bolted back door with a dryer against it?
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
it was a very crazy scene. And my uncles came with like the nightsticks. This is recorded, so I'm not going to use the other term for those. And yeah, so fun times.
Wow, that's scary.
Yes.
It sure is.
Crazy.
What happened to the individual?
He went to jail. I don't know about prison, so my mom had to go to court to press charges. If anyone knows my mom, she's like the cheapest person on earth, and this is like back in the 80s. So, you know, her biggest victory was that they got rid of the long distance phone calls that he was making on the phone bill in the court case.
Oh my God.
Now we don't even have long distance calls, right?
Right.
Like out of the country, but back then that was a big deal for her.
Wow.
But yeah, she had to fight it in court. You know, press charges and all of that stuff.
Yeah. Wow. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, traumatic.
Right.
I'm glad you're okay.
Right.
Thank you. It's,
Yeah.
I only realized the severity of it as an adult.
Right. Right. How old were you?
Probably like 7 or 8, because I was still playing with Barbie. So
Right.
Scary. Okay, Melanie, is that it? We got everybody?
Yeah, because I don't know if Patrice is still on. I know she's on, but I don't.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, there she is.
We can't hear her.
You're muted.
Sorry, I said no. I just was just in the back, just chilling with the baby. So, all right. So you said we have to have two what? Two lies
truths.
and a truth. Oh, two
No,
truths and a lie.
Yep.
All right. So 2 truths. Okay. So okay. I have 5 daughters. I was one of the recipients of the scholarship winner. And I live in New York.
So I know the lie, but then I'm confused about one of the truths. So I'm gonna let somebody else go.
So are you
Wait,
not
which
living
one?
in New
Because
York?
wait, maybe
I think she
I
got
do.
2 lies and 1 truth.
Okay.
I think she got
you
2
know, I'm
lies
just
and
letting
1
you know.
truth.
I got okay. Wait, these kids are driving me crazy. See, Uncle Jimmy, look, cousin Jimmy, they had me sipping in here.
I wish I was there.
All right, another truth. Wait. So what you say? What you think a truth is? You said
the truth. You don't have 5 kids.
No, it's 2 truths and a lie is what it's
It was
supposed to be.
5 daughters, I think she said.
You don't have.
I meant to say 4.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
meant to
give
say
us
4.
another one. Give us another one. Give us another truth. Because I was like, hold on, you don't have 5 kids.
Now I'll give it away if I give it to you.
No, you won't, because it's still 2 other ones out there.
All right. I'm 4'11" on a good day. Yeah, listen. I can't think. I can't think of nothing else.
I know what's the lie. I won't say
The
though.
scholarship? Is it the scholarship? That's the lie.
Yeah, okay, that's a lie. And another one, I am yeah. No, I'm not a my daughter was though.
Oh, that's
My
good.
oldest daughter, yeah.
The oldest of the 4, not the 5.
Right, the oldest of the 4, not the 5. Right. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank
Very
you.
nice.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, Melanie. Thank you,
No
Melanie.
problem.
You did a
Thank
wonderful
you.
job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It helped us learn one another. I thought that was really cute.
Yes.
That's
learn
one of the
something
games
about us.
that
That was good. I thank you so much for that. Just quickly before we go, I want to remind you of three things. If you have it in your heart and in your wallet, please remember James Alfonso Meekins and the fact that his family needs some financial help. And again, for those who have already sent in some money, thank you on their behalf. Thank you so, so much. If there's any questions, just call me. But again, no one has come to me. To me, our financial committees, of which Dr. JJ here is on our accounts, our financial records, and I say Dr. J. Juanita Chin is on our records, so it's going to be above board. Everything we do financially is above board, and all the monies will go directly from me to the funeral home. I'm saying that because there's been some concern about the funds coming in and to make sure they go directly to the funeral home. I can assure you that's exactly what would happen. And to also remember us when it comes down to seed money and scholarship monies, especially on seed monies, where I'm almost running out in another month, 6 weeks, I'll run out of money. So this thing here might go away. What we're looking at using right now might go away because that's going up to $159 a year. Any other thing, anything else before we go? April. Journey, are you still available? Okay, for April. May, Doreeth, I'll check with her. I need a volunteer for June and one for August. No session during the month of July because we will be on the waves. WAVES. And so we won't be having one in July. Any volunteers for June, August?
What
By
would the
the
date be for June?
June, it will be the 14th.
I can do June because school will be over.
Okay. Nikisha, thank you.
You're welcome.
By August, I know who I'm going to ask to do this. They live south of the border.
Okay.
So,
Can I make a quick announcement before we leave?
sure.
For anyone who lives in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, on May 4th, a group of cousins will be attending a DC United soccer game. I think the game is at 7 o'clock, Juanita, 7:30.
I'm not sure, but so I'm glad you brought this up. I need a little bit of thought process. I was just going to go ahead and buy 10 tickets at the group rate, and then, whatever the guy tells me the group rate is, and then go from there.
Okay. So
I think we can get 10 people.
Yeah, we should probably put something on the family website page to see if there's anyone else in this area who wants to attend.
Yeah, your dad, I'm looking at my emails now. Your dad sent me a list of DC people. But
okay.
We already got 3 committed.
Right.
I think we can get 7 people easy, because everyone's talking about extending it to friends. But I just want to get something purchased.
Okay.
Before we can't sit together.
Right. So yeah, we should probably get that out sooner rather than later. So if anyone on the call lives in this area, will be in the area May 4th, you're welcome to join us.
Yeah. And I think it's good. For one, I've never been to a soccer game, but the World Cup is coming to North America. So when the World Cup comes, I think it's this year or next year, there's going to be soccer matches all over the country in every major city. And then the finals are going to be played in Houston. And so it's going to be World Cup fever. Everyone's going to be talking about soccer. And so this is kind of a nice way to ease into the game for those that aren't familiar. And then just a nice little local thing for people that are fans of the sport already.
Can y'all
Fantastic.
Can y'all
Thank
hear
you.
her singing?
What'd you say?
I was asking, could y'all hear her singing up there?
Oh, no.
Okay. Anything else before we get ready to sign off? this has been a fun evening. Just super to see a new face, our West Coast cousin that I haven't seen. I want to say 2009, I think, when you were here in Bethesda. I think that's when it was, or maybe earlier. I think it was 2009, or maybe earlier. But anyway, great to see you. Um, Valerie, looking forward to seeing you on the cruise. Ron, seeing you on the cruise. Gregory, was good to see you the other day, only which was under different circumstances. Same to you, Detrell and Juanita. And Reeve, as I said earlier, we missed seeing you. My niece up there, will I see you in Easter?
Yes.
Okay, we're looking forward to seeing you in Richmond on Easter. You're gonna hide some eggs for the kids?
Yes.
Okay, I
Yes.
won't cut the grass. I won't cut,
Yes.
I will not cut the grass, so you'll have somewhere to hide the eggs. If there's nothing else, I would ask Detrell to give us some words as we depart.
I was gonna say the thing, Jimmy, you left out Earl.
Yes, thank you. My apologies, Earl. My apologies.
No problem. That's all right.
Oh, I have something. Earl, I'm gonna reach out to you soon.
Yes. And that way I can also get my sister, which is here in North Carolina with me, on board. So,
Okay.
all right.
Cool.
Valerie, I hope to see you again.
For sure. I have your number. I'm going to call you.
Okay. I'll be looking forward to it. Now you're going to have me answering my phone because I don't have your number.
It'll be a 510 area code number.
50.
I'll leave a message if you don't pick up.
Got it.
510
Okay.
685 8220.
Okay.
You wanted me to give some words?
Freya, whatever you wish to say as we get ready to depart. If it's okay with everybody else.
Okay, well, I just came from church and they had me pray twice. But I just want to say that you know, we've faced some pretty hard times as a family, and it was really good to see so many family members this past week, and to actually meet some that I've only seen in social media land. But Earl, I have to thank you again, because what you said in the church was so on point, and hope that it echoed in some of the that were present, because our family reunion, we're suffering, we really are, you know, and I wouldn't know that if I wasn't the vice chair, but we need everybody, we really do.
Yeah.
Really do. So I'm looking forward to the cruise, looking forward to seeing everybody, and definitely looking forward to get away from New York. I need it.
I think we need a meet and greet. I think we need a meet and greet before the cruise, because I need a vacation. I need a vacation. I'm taking off the whole week, so y'all might see me all week. I'm following y'all back to Maryland.
Wow.
I'm taking off the whole week because somebody's gonna get it at work, and I don't want to lose my job. I like my job.
Well, on that note, I'm definitely going to you to maintain your. I asked our creator to keep everybody safe, keep us shielded from hurt, harm, and danger, and to bring us together again in a much happier situation where we all fellowship and love on one another, because life is too short.
Yes.
Until again, I send you my love from Jamaica, New York.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, from the bottom of my heart. I've had a rough week. I've had a down day, and I'm smiling now after seeing your faces. Thank you so much. Have a great month.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Hi, family.
Bye, everybody. Be
Hi,
safe.
family.
And thank you, Jimmy, for all your work that you do.
Thank you. I
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
it.
Amen.
Appreciate
All
you.
right. Good night.
Good night.
Night.